everyone, I'm Jessica. Let's talk about the 7 best books I read in 2024. The best graphic novel that I read last year is Something is Killing the Children by James Tynion. The lore is incredible. It goes so deep, guys. It goes so deep. There are graphic novels about the lore. Like, that's how amazing it is. And I love the way it unfolds every volume. You start to see what the monster is doing to particular people, and it means something for the monster killers, and it just really unravels and unveils in such a satisfying way. I love it, and I'm so connected to the characters. So I'm invested. If you've been with me even for just a little bit, you know that I've mentioned Planet Barbarians. I cannot even count on my hands. I am in love with the series, and people are going to come at me and say, oh, it's just a smutty book and there's no plot. You are dead wrong. You are dead wrong. There is 100% a plot with Planet Barbarians, and it is so good. I'm just gonna give you a brief synopsis. I can make an entire 45-minute long video, and maybe I will if you're interested. But essentially, just a brief synopsis. A group of women from Earth get abducted to what I assume is to go to some sex planet or become a sex slave in some capacity. That ship breaks down and they get dropped off on an icy, cold planet. They end up calling that planet Nahoth, and if you're familiar with Star Wars, you'll know why. They send one girl out to go and try to attempt to save them, and she happens upon a giant blue alien. And on this planet, there are not a lot of women left. They also do this thing called resonating. So when they've met their fated mate, their body resonates and they become incredibly insatiable. And honestly, it is incredible. So if you haven't picked up Planet Barbarians, please do. It's amazing. Next up in the best reads of 2024 is Babel by R.F. Kuang. If you see my other video where I read a couple of new pages from Catabasis that comes out August of this year, you will know I am an R.F. Kuang stan. I love everything that she writes, and if you don't, you do. I really, really do, and I especially loved Babel. I was emotional at the end. It's an incredible ride. She built an incredible world. It deals a lot with racism. It deals a lot with anti-colonialism. There are a lot of uncomfy subjects in here. It is totally meaningful. This book changed me. It is amazing. The only caveat that I have, and I think I gave it like 4.5 stars because of it. She does a lot of like telling you about Oxford. We see the kids go through the courses at Oxford University, like these linguistic courses, these language courses, and it is a bit heavy. It is a dense subject, but once you get past all of that and we really get into the story, it is amazing. It is a wild ride, and you will be changed. Invisible Man by Ralph Ellison. The protagonist in Invisible Man is unnamed. We never learn his name. He is just that, truly an invisible man. It details the life of a Black man from college through all sorts of crazy situations. It really puts into perspective racism, classism, white saviorism in America at the time. It is an amazing story, and honestly, you read it, it is like just the most bizarre thing, but not incredibly far-fetched. So especially now, definitely read this. It's amazing. I don't know if it's on a banned book list someplace. It probably is, but I would scoop it up and read it. I listened to the audio on this. The audio narrator, I forget his name, I wish I could remember. I will put it up here. He is amazing. So definitely listen it on audio, listen to it on 1x speed, because he is an incredible actor. The different voices, it is a single person, but the different voices he uses, I am transported. I'm transported. Monstrilio by Gerardo, Sámano, Córdova is so good. This story deals with grief very heavily, but in a weird, magical realism way. Essentially, in its core, I think, is a story of belonging, of feeling like you belong someplace. It is also a queer story, and I won't go into it because I don't want to ruin anything for you. This really hits all the points for me. I thoroughly enjoyed Monstrilio. The writing is so easy to read. It is just a fabulous story with a lot of meaning. Next is an Ember in the Ashes series by Sabaa Tahir. I ate this shit up. I really did. I love this so much. Honestly, when I started reading it, I had no idea it was a YA book. It is so good. The story, the tension, the underpinning of romance in this is incredible. That's not the main point of this. I would not call it romantasy. It's definitely a fantasy, but it is so good. The world that Sabaa Tahir built is amazing. And last but certainly not least is the Wayward Children series by Seanan McGuire. It is a portal fantasy that deals with children walking through doors to different universes. Each book is connected in some way, somehow. Also centers around a school for the wayward children where they have to learn how to live in our world, in our dimension again. Each novella is a different door, a different world that a child walks through. I can't even explain to you how incredible it is and how interconnected everything is. I think every book I've either cried or went, oh my God. And Seanan McGuire's world building is incredible. If you're gonna do anything for yourself in 2025, let it be to read the Wayward children's series by Seanan McGuire. Those are the best books that I read in 2024. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.